Right now at 6, community members in Pittsburgh honor Black History Month through music.
And we've got ourselves a bit of a breezy but otherwise not bad start out there. Clouds will be increasing today. Winds will as well. We'll take a look at that forecast. Get you out the door coming up.
Plus, it's almost prom season. We take a look at how an area boutique is helping teenagers prepare.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Anthony Saviello.
I'm Chris Warner. It is 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. I tried to get you. I failed. That's all right. Well, it's just, as you settle into reading more often.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first started reading off the prompter, you read exactly what's in there. For you folks at home, what you didn't see is I put a question mark following his name in the style of Anchorman.
You're going to make me question my own. I'm Anthony Saviello, I think.
Sometimes we're not sure. But hey, you did it. You did well. See,
Thank
you're
you.
getting good.
I'm doing my best. I have to do well to keep up with you. That's for sure.
I don't know about that. I don't know what it is I do. I just show up and I speak for 3 hours and then that's it.
They pay us to do this, so that's all that matters.
Exactly. We're being paid to tell you things, and we're telling you real things. We're not just making stuff up. And something else we're not making up is a 60-degree drop in temperature. I cannot get over this as we head into tomorrow. We'll have more on that in your full forecast a little later, but first, let's get you out the door. Today, thankfully, no 60-degree drop in temperatures. But again, that's going to happen tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. Our Cameron Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. It's a bit breezy. Otherwise, right now, the skies are mostly clear out there. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line also looking pretty good. However, they'll start to increase as we head through the morning hours. In fact, they'll do so rather quickly. Southerly breezes around the area. Sedan still checking in as the cold spot at 39. Everybody else out to the west is in the low to mid 40s, and the further east you go, you start to see a few more upper 40s and low 50s out there. So above average, not a bad start to the day at all. About 47 when the kids get on the bus. Again, mostly clear skies. South breeze 5 to 10. Then it'll pick up. Still out of the south at 10 to 15 now, gusting to 25. Mostly cloudy, 77 when that bus brings them home. Highs today, upper 70s, pushing close to 80 degrees. Mostly cloudy, breezy through the afternoon and evening. And this is ahead of some really big changes heading in tomorrow evening. We'll take a look at that again in your full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Anthony?
Perfect. Thanks, Chris. Police in Monette, Missouri are searching for 2 men wanted for felony warrants. The Monette Police Department posted the mugshots of Dakota Morgan and Andrew Irwin to social media with the message, "Please share and make them famous." Authorities believe the pair are residing somewhere in Monette. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Monette Police Department. A man is rushed to the hospital after a shed fire in Joplin. It happened around 3:15 Sunday afternoon at the 3100 block of East 12th Street. Authorities say they quickly put out a small grass fire as well as the shed. However, a man was inside the shed at that time and was injured. The man is said to be in critical condition. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Police in Parsons, Kansas, arrest a man for violating the conditions of his sex offender registration. 43-year-old Christopher Thompson has 2 sexual battery convictions, one in Kansas, one in Oklahoma. He is registered as a sex offender, meaning he can't live near a school. He was arrested Friday at a residence 2 blocks from Lincoln Elementary School. He faces 4 counts of violation of offender registration. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's completely free. You can find it on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Just search for our KOAM News app. With prom season just around the corner, many high school students are preparing. The Boutique Marketplace hosted a prom expo Saturday to help students. The local store had vendors and stylists to help teens and parents get ready for the big day. Prom goers could look at corsages, look at dozens of consignment dresses, or get fitted for a tuxedo. The store owner says they hope the prom expo makes the big day less stressful.
About 3 years ago, we started offering tuxedo rentals to the menu of services that we offer in the boutique. And so today is just kind of the kickoff to the prom season and how we can make this the one-stop prom shop.
The organizer of the expo says prom will be here before you know it. She recommends preparing for the big day sooner rather than later to ensure you find exactly what you're looking for. Got to get that perfect dress. Got to. Black History Month celebrations continued Sunday at the Pittsburgh Public Library. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on how local performers honored a movement through music and poetry.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom.
Xavier Moore wants to honor the past, and for him, the best way to do it is through music.
I grew up listening to this music, and to be in a position to where I can share it with other people is very humbling.
Moore joined a handful of other seniors who chose to perform at the Pittsburgh Public Library in the event Let Freedom Sing, Music of the Movement. It features popular music from the Civil Rights Movement.
To pay respect to the movement itself and Black History Month, and then the music was an integral part to the movement and things that were going on, and the unity behind the movement too really flourished because of the music.
And in this very room, there's quite enough joy.
For Moore, the performance is a way to celebrate Black history and acknowledge how music and poetry unites people.
And it's really just to bring awareness to, the fact that this music brought people together and why it brought them together and what it meant for them to have these particular things.
We shall overcome someday.
And a sense of community helps tie the event and people together.
It's so cool. It's just really cool to see that people in the community want to share in these experiences.
In Pittsburgh, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
More than half a dozen people performed at the event from 2 to 3 Sunday. Aside from music, the audience also heard live poetry readings and saw various photographs from the Civil Rights Movement. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in your first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, Georgia's Republican governor wants answers about the death of an Augusta University student. Plus, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is keeping her word of staying in the race. We have the latest. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Monday forecast. A beautiful Monday morning. You're watching KOAM Morning News. We will be right back.
Associates, our word is our bond, and our word do anything up front to talk with us. And you pay us nothing if we don't get money for you, Aaron Sachs and Associates. It really does cost you nothing to see if we can help.
Topping Nation Watch this morning, credit card debt in the U.S. is surging. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says credit card debt hit a new high of $1.1 trillion from October through December. LendingTree says the average unpaid credit card balance was more than $6,800 in the fourth quarter. But some economists say the debt level is not as alarming as it might seem. They say workers are still commanding robust wage gains, the stock market is on solid footing, and attitudes toward the economy have improved dramatically in recent months. Economists also say after adjusting for inflation, the current level is nearly 20% below a peak it reached in late 2008. 4 more private universities have agreed to settle a lawsuit alleging they violated antitrust laws in determining financial aid amounts for admitted students. According to court documents filed Friday, Dartmouth College and Rice, Vanderbilt, and Northwestern universities agreed to pay a total of $166 million to settle a 2022 class action lawsuit. That lawsuit accused the schools of colluding on the amount of financial aid awarded to students while favoring applicants from wealthier families. The settlement comes after Yale, Columbia, Duke, Brown, and Emory agreed to pay a combined $104.5 million to settle their part of the case last month. In 2022, the University of Chicago agreed to settle for more than $13 million. Georgia's Republican governor wants answers from President Biden related to the death of an Augusta University student. Laken Riley, a junior at Augusta University Nursing College, was found dead near a lake at the University of Georgia's campus Thursday after jogging in the area. The suspect, 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra, was taken into custody Friday. Authorities say Ibarra is not a U.S. citizen or a student at UGA. On social media, Governor Brian Kemp said that he has written a letter to Biden asking about Ibarra's immigration status. In the same post, Kim also criticized Biden's border policies, saying they have, quote, turned every state into a border state. No response from the White House regarding Kim's letter. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is keeping her word and staying in the race despite a 20-point primary loss to former President Donald Trump in her home state on Saturday. Today, Haley campaigns in Michigan for the second day in a row, but multiple polls show Trump with a substantial lead there heading into tomorrow's primary. As CBS correspondent Naomi Ruchim reports, President Biden is also facing pushback from some Michigan voters.
2024 presidential hopeful Nikki Haley was already back on the campaign trail in Michigan, a day after former President Donald Trump claimed victory in her home state of South Carolina.
You can't have a candidate who's going to win a primary who can't win a general.
Haley will rally again today in the Great Lakes state ahead of tomorrow's primary. Afterwards, she plans to barnstorm through multiple states leading up to next week's Super Tuesday.
I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now.
With his Palmetto State win, Trump is one step closer to the GOP nomination, but he's facing criticism over racially charged comments at a black conservatives gathering last week.
We've all seen the mugshot, and you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population.
A Biden campaign spokesman called those comments, quote, insulting and moronic. President Biden is also on the ballot in Michigan tomorrow. His surrogates honed in on abortion rights while campaigning there over the weekend.
Women should have the right to make their own decisions about their health care and not politicians.
But the Israel-Hamas conflict is the other big issue in the Great Lakes state. Some pro-Palestinian activists are pushing Democratic primary voters to vote uncommitted in protest of the president's support of Israel. Naomi Ruchim, CBS News.
Nikki Haley's campaign says she raised more than $1 million in the hours following her South Carolina loss to former President Trump. But a prominent conservative group funded by the billionaire Koch brothers now says it will no longer financially support her campaign. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, quick look outside. Our camera at 7th and Range Line. We're looking pretty good so far. Clouds are going to increase as we head through the day. Winds and temperatures will do the same. We've got highs upper 70s pushing near 80. Gusty winds at about 20, 25 miles an hour out of the south under those mostly cloudy skies. We have some big changes on the horizon. We'll have another full look at your forecast here in a few more minutes on the KOAM Morning News.
Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling truck.
Celebrating its 84th season.
A 13-year-old entrepreneur in Missouri got a business boost from the Super Bowl champions. Quentin Smith was pocketing a pretty penny by making keychains with his 3D printer. But sales got a bit of a boost when Kansas City Chiefs fans celebrated their big win. Nija Hood reports.
Designed and printed to perfection, Smith makes each of his keychains with love.
3D printing is fun for me, basically, so I like 3D printing stuff and keychains.
He started in 5th grade by making keychains for his classmates and hasn't stopped since. He's used his gifted hands to build his 3D printing business from the ground up.
It feels pretty good. Like, I used my business before all of this, it used to be just like a couple orders, maybe like a week or something, and now I've been getting like 5 orders every day, basically.
He took his business to the streets of the Chiefs Victory Parade, where he made a profit of $300 selling custom keychains of fan-favorite jersey numbers and a little something for the Swifties. From there, business took off, and his mother, Julie, says proud is an understatement.
It's just the smiles and how excited people get. Like, I just feel like it's silly. It's a keychain. It's a keychain. Who would have thought? But it really is just like, it's making a difference.
Proceeds from keychain sales are going toward local hospitals. It's a cause near and dear to Smith's heart, who received care during a complicated delivery of her youngest son, Zeke.
His birthday is September 11th, and everyone's always said, well, he came 7 weeks early. He came on this day because we needed hope in this world on this day.
The keychains have become part of the family's random acts of kindness, bringing joy to those who receive them. Their reach has spanned as far as Germany, and it all started from a Facebook post.
I was texting with Lynn Weird Wolf this morning, and I just said, so many big things are happening just because of you. And he just said, no, they're not happening because of me. They're happening because of Q's kindness. And and it's true.
Awesome. Love young entrepreneurs. Love it. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we are going to be warm and breezy today ahead of a big drop in temperatures as we head into tomorrow evening. We'll take another look at that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
At Food for Less, there are hundreds of items marked down.
These heroes know how to make an entrance.
Heroes and Icons, KOAM TV, channel 7.4.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 622 on this Monday morning, coming up on 623. Got a pretty good sunrise out there. Our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. And it froze up, but that's okay. You saw we had just a few clouds out there. Otherwise, not bad. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line looking pretty good as well as we get our day underway. Temperatures around the region have been looking pretty good as well. Sedan, the cold spot, still at 38. Out west, we're still primarily in the low to mid 40s. And the further east you go, you start to see upper 40s and even some low 50s here and there. And this is not in the right spot. There we go. This is what we want to talk about. Now I'm not in the right spot. It is Monday, okay? You take a couple of days off. You folks at home know what I'm talking about. It throws you off. All right, we have fire weather watches for our far western counties from tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. So that's because it's going to get extraordinarily windy. It's going to be breezy today, even windier tomorrow, ahead of a 60-degree temperature drop. We're going to talk about that as well. So through today, we're going to look at those south winds gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. We'll get a brief pause this evening. They'll pick back up again overnight. And as we head into our Tuesday, those winds start gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour. So honestly, we don't encourage outdoor burning really anywhere across the area, as it's going to stay very breezy through most of our Tuesday into the evening and even into the first half of our Wednesday. Still gusts upwards of 20, 30 miles an hour before they'll start to calm down by Wednesday afternoon out there. And then we've got those big changes on the horizon. Today, clouds will increase through the morning. We'll start to go mostly cloudy by mid-morning and into the afternoon. However, with those strong southerly winds, we still warm up. Upper 70s, pushing right around 80 degrees out there for highs today. We stay mild overnight. Our lows tonight back into the upper 50s and low 60s under mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a few peaks of clear sky here and there as we head into our Tuesday. And those southwesterly winds really ramp up out there. Again, gusting upwards of 40, blowing steadily at about 15 to 25 miles an hour. But our temperatures even warmer, more upper 70s and a lot more low 80s. However, our 60-degree drop comes as we head later into the evening. Here's the clear boundary of where a cold front is. Now, the good news is at this point, the severe threat has been shoved well east of us, but we could still see a few just thunderstorms, general thunderstorms out there across the area as we head through the evening hours. And as temperatures begin to fall, we could see a transition even briefly to some light snow showers out there. And look at this difference, 69 Bentonville, 43 Yates Center, all of us falling to very cold but seasonable temperatures out there, falling back into the 30s and 40s overnight Wednesday, eventually dropping into the 20s by the time we head into Wednesday morning across the area. And I wanted to show you the severe risk map. This light green isn't highlighted down here because it indicates just general thunderstorms, no strong or severe storms. Now, a stray strong storm would be possible, but not likely as we head into tomorrow evening. Quick look outside. Our camera, 7th and range line, looking great. 50 in Joplin. South breeze at 7. Again, that's going to start to ramp up as we go through the morning. And we showed you those temperatures around the area where we are not doing too bad, and we are certainly above average out there. So again, upper 70s, near 80 today. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. The evening thunderstorms right around 80 or slightly above for some of us. There's that 60-degree drop back down into the upper 20s, low 30s. 42 on Wednesday. Again, maybe some snow showers early, still mostly cloudy, but this cold spell lasts very briefly. Thursday, we're back into the 50s, heading into the weekend, back into the 70s, and watching rain and thunderstorm chances by next Sunday and Monday. That's Check Your Forecast, and we're sending it over to Anthony with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. This weather just can't make up its mind. Topping Health Watch this morning, new research explains why infants can often fight infections better than adults. Scientists at Cornell University found that newborns' T cells, which are white blood cells that protect against disease, often outperform adult cells. The findings could explain why infants are more resistant to COVID than adults. Your genes can significantly affect your blood pressure, even starting at childhood. Researchers at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology found that hereditary factors play a major role in causing high blood pressure for all age groups. The good news? Lifestyle changes and medication can significantly reduce that risk. Parks and green spaces can lower the air temperatures in cities by 5 degrees. A study by the University of Surrey found shade provided by trees and evaporating water cooling the air help lower a region's temperature during heat waves. The bigger the park, the bigger the cooling effect, with botanical gardens providing the best cooling. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back.
Great Wonders Productions, a non-profit cinematic arts organization, presents Second Sunday Cinema.
Quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Pittsburgh Community Theater production of Biloxi Blues opens March 22nd.
Right now at 6:30, area fathers and daughters saddle up for a date night at the Joplin History and Mineral Museum.
And we've got ourselves a relatively decent start to the day. Clouds increasing, winds increasing, temperatures increasing. We'll look at all that in the forecast. Get you out the door coming up.
Plus, couples celebrate Valentine's Day with a bowling tournament at Grace Lanes.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Anthony Saviello, and that's Chris Warner.
Are you sure about that?
Nope. Actually, I think you're an imposter.
I'm
convinced.
I may very well be. I tell you, I hope all of you folks at home had a great weekend.
Yeah, I thought so. I think I had a pretty good weekend. It depends on how happy my wife is. As long as she's happy, then I'm happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something you're going to pick up on.
Yeah.
For me and Amber, it's been 9 years this May. I remember. For now, as I get older, I'll probably start forgetting. That's why we have smartphones and things. But yeah, exactly. 9 years, and you'll get there, and you're going to realize happy wife, happy life. Yep. It's the best way to handle things. And she should be relatively happy if she enjoys being outdoors the next day or two, because it's going to be very nice out there. Quick look outside from the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line in Joplin. Looking pretty good this morning. Got a few clouds here and there. Otherwise, not bad. Temperatures out there again. Sedan, the cold spot at 38. Everybody else to the west, we're talking low to mid 40s for the most part. And the further east, Miami now checking in. Jay also colder than Sedan. They've been a bit warmer. But the further east you go, you get even warmer, upper 40s, even some low 50s out there. Kids getting on the bus this morning, few clouds here and there, 47, south breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. When that bus brings them home, big change, 77. Mostly cloudy skies and those winds picking up south at 10 to 15, gusting to 25. We'll have those wind gusts throughout the majority of our day into the evening and overnight hours. Our highs today, upper 70s, getting close to 80 degrees out there. And again, we'll be mostly cloudy, breezy. We do have some significant changes on the way. We'll have more details on all of that in your full forecast, and that's going to happen a little later. Anthony?
Thanks, Chris. Looking forward to a beautiful day. Local fathers and daughters got all dressed up on Saturday for a daddy-daughter date night. The Joplin History and Mineral Museum and Joplin Parks and Recreation hosted the event. Attendees were able to saddle up in their favorite cowboy and cowgirl attire while playing a variety of games. Organizers say the event gives parents a chance to create memories with their children.
My favorite part, I get to work with all my nice coworkers, and I know that doing this is going to make a lot of people happy, so I feel like I'm doing a good thing.
The date night is a 2-day event and wrapped up Saturday evening at 8. Some 4-staters Sunday enjoyed the warm weather with some paintball. The Paintball Ridge event included multiple game modes and mini games with participants playing on either Team Cowboy or Team Alien. I think I'd be on Team Alien personally. Prizes were given to the best event-related costume.
It's really more about the fun, the family, the friendship, because there's a bunch of random people out here have no idea who each other are. They're talking to each other, making friends, coming out here, trying to schedule more stuff so they can, get active and have a lot of fun with their friends and make new acquaintances.
Each player received 2 bags of paint and lunch. Couples around the 4 states Sunday celebrated Valentine's Day with a bowling tournament at Grace Lanes in Carthage. Those in attendance were able to trade in Cupid's bow for Cupid's bowling ball as they competed in high games, high series, and a couples quiz for cash prizes. Kids in Pittsburgh Saturday had a chance to learn more about Chinese culture. The group Fun with Foreign Languages demonstrated how to make dumplings and craft fruit dragons as part of its Lantern Festival. Fun with Foreign Languages was founded 2 years ago as a way to teach children about different cultures.
Well, we homeschool our kids, so we wanted a way for them to be able to learn outside of the home and learn a skill that I couldn't teach them myself. So I saw it online and we signed up, and we've loved it ever since.
The event was held at First Christian Church in Pittsburgh from 10 to 11 a.m. A Fort Scott woman celebrated her birthday Saturday, but it's not just any birthday. It's a century, her 100th birthday. Birthday girl Natalie Comstock celebrated the big day surrounded by 5 generations of family members. We asked Natalie to share with us a piece of advice for younger generations and what her secret is to living such a long life.
My secret? I don't know. I guess my secret is being a good person. To be good people, and to be good neighbors and be good friends.
Happy birthday, Miss Natalie. Natalie's brother and sister also made it past the 100-year mark. Area racers hit the track again Sunday at Mocan Dragway as part of its Fun Drags. Attendees were able to participate in some fun runs and test and tune their cars. Officials say the event gave the community the opportunity to enjoy the weather and shake off those winter blues.
I am, believe it or not, I've drag raced for the last 55 years. This is my retirement car here. I've drove dragsters out here and all over the United States. It's just great to be an American and get to enjoy this sport.
Races began Sunday at 1 p.m. and wrapped up at 5. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour of KOAM Morning News. The real estate market has slowed significantly because of rising loan costs. We have what you need to know. And we have a mostly cloudy and windy day today, but it still looks beautiful. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Pittsburgh's Meals on Wheels, delivering love one meal at a time.
In Consumer Watch this morning, the real estate market has slowed significantly due to rising loan costs. Elise Preston has a look at when homes might move again.
Americans are hoping for a spring thaw in the housing market. Rising mortgage rates and higher home prices have kept many would-be buyers on the sidelines.
When you have mortgage rates above 7%, it's really been a gut punch for the whole real estate market. And that's why there's so much focus on the Fed in this game of poker. When do they start to cut rates?
The current rate for a 30-year mixed loan is 7.5%. with the average home price hitting a record high of $379,000. Dan Ives of Wedbush Securities, a brokerage firm.
The housing market's essentially at a standstill. I'll call it, it's a buyer's strike, and sellers, inventory is starting to increase, but no one's really signed on the dotted line.
Despite inflation slowing down, Americans are spending more than 11% of their income on food, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, a number not seen in more than 30 years.
What is your advice to the average consumer?
Yeah, my advice is we're going to see the Fed start to cut as we get into May and June. That's good for consumers.
Some good economic news. The nation's unemployment rate remains steady, with more people finding new jobs at the start of the year than experts predicted. Elise Preston, CBS News, Los Angeles.
AT&T says it's giving consumers affected by last Thursday's outage a $5 credit. In a message sent to customers, the company apologized and said the credit is to, quote, help make it right. The FCC is investigating the outage, which AT&T says was caused by a technical error as it was trying to expand its network. The $5 credit will automatically be applied to consumers' accounts within 2 billing cycles. United Airlines is the latest carrier to raise fees for checked baggage. The price for the first checked bag increased by $5 to $40. The second checked bag fee is now $45. The fee goes up to $50 for those who wait to check their bags at the airport versus online. The move comes just days after American Airlines also announced an increase in their checked baggage fees. It's leap year, and to mark February's extra day, Chipotle is dishing out free guacamole to its rewards members. This Thursday, members can type the code EXTRA24 to get their free guac with the purchase of an entree. Also today until Thursday, Chipotle is offering the chance to win free guacamole for the year, but fans have to complete the scavenger hunt on the company's Instagram page to enter. That's it for Consumer Watch. Now over to Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got ourselves a relatively decent but breezy day out there. Quick look outside. Our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We have a few clouds out there now, but we will see those clouds increase. Also looking pretty good from the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line. Again, temperatures around the region, for the most part, not bad. 37 Miami, 39 Grove, 37 Jay, 38 in Sedan. Those are the cold spots around the area. The rest of us, low to mid 40s out west, and the further east again, upper 40s, low 50s. One last check of that bus stop forecast. 47 when the kids get on the bus, mostly clear skies, south breeze around 5 to 10. And when that bus brings them home later today, 77, mostly cloudy, south breeze 10 to 15, gusting upwards of 25. Again, we have some significant changes on the way in our forecast. We're going to go over that in just a moment, as well as birthdays and anniversaries. Those are coming up after the break. But first, let's see what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Nate Burleson. Coming up on CBS Mornings, I traveled with my wife, Atoya, to Oklahoma for an emotional journey, revisiting the sites of her family's tragic past. It's an inspiring story focused on discovery and resilience. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
Set instruction and encouragement. Let your better life start today.
All right, time for those Monday birthdays in the 4 states. We're going to start in Fairland with Jackson Gregory celebrating birthday number 2. Great big smile there and a very happy birthday to you.
Also celebrating his second birthday, Crease Doldolski, Jasper, Missouri. Happy birthday to you, Crease.
A 6th birthday for Paisley McMillan. Says happy birthday from Daddy, Nana, Yaya, Sissy, and all your aunts, uncles, and cousins. Happy birthday, Paisley.
And celebrating their 8th birthday, Allie Frazier from Webb City, Missouri. We love you, sweet girl.
And Hadley Harper celebrating another year wiser with happy birthday wishes coming from Papa and Grandma. Says we love you.
Celebrating 10th birthday, we have Jada Austin from Joplin, Missouri. Happy birthday, Jada.
And in Fort Scott, Tesla Tinsley celebrating birthday number 11. Happy birthday.
Celebrating birthday number 16, Allie Carl-Skeet from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Girl on the right. That's the girl on the right in the picture.
All right. We've also got Charla King in Columbus celebrating another year wiser. Very happy birthday to you, Charla.
Chris, I think you want to take this next one too. So.
I may very well want to. So her birthday was on Sunday. This is my wife, Amber. She works down at the community clinic. So if you see her, make sure you wish her a very happy birthday. We're 2 weeks apart, technically on the calendar, but I'm 50 weeks older than she is. So for 2 weeks, we share the same age for a little bit. So very happy birthday. Did some celebrating over the weekend. That's not when I fell off the ladder. I wasn't celebrating on a ladder, but we were having a great time. So a very happy birthday to the most wonderful wife in the world, my sweet Amber.
And celebrating number 50, we have Missy Allen. Happy birthday to you, Missy.
And in Columbus, Maggie Mooney celebrating a birthday with birthday wishes coming from the Crestline girls.
Celebrating birthday number 86 out of Carthage, Missouri, Jerry Alsdorf, with lots of love from your wife and family. Happy birthday, Jerry.
And we've got Vincel Burke celebrating birthday number 87. Happy birthday, Vincel.
Ted Jeffers is celebrating the big century mark. Birthday number 100 from Joplin, Missouri. He's a World War II veteran. Thank you for your service, Ted, and happy birthday.
Indeed, a very happy birthday, Ted. And I'm telling you, there are a lot more 100-year birthdays these days than there used to be. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
And we continue with our very own Gary Cisco. I always call him Senor Cisco because, well, it's S&S, you know. Worked with him frequently on the weekends. Great man to work with. One of the kindest people you will ever meet. So we want to send a very happy birthday to our technical media operator, Gary Cisco.
Happy birthday,
celebrating
Gary.
Another year wiser. He's like, what, 24, 25?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Around there. And Mike and Linda Decker, they're celebrating a shared birthday, I would assume. Awesome. No.
It's an anniversary.
Oh, it's an anniversary. That's right. Sorry, I forgot. Hey, don't yell at me. Mike and Linda, happy anniversary to you. I see it written on the paper now. Happy anniversary, whatever you are celebrating. Hopefully you're not arguing like me and Chris.
Oh, I love it.
You're out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Happy anniversary to you
we
both.
are like an old married couple.
Yes, we are.
All right, our list continues with Bob Rowland in Arma celebrating birthday number 77. Happy birthday, Bob.
Mary Lou Wilson out of Chanute, Kansas, celebrating 97. She's almost to that century mark. Mary Lou, happy birthday to you.
And Pat Nigman in Columbus celebrating another year wiser.
And Rosemary Venata rounds out our list, sharing a birthday. She is from Columbus, Kansas. Happy birthday, Rosemary.
All right, that is a beautiful list of birthdays and anniversaries. And Anthony, if folks want to celebrate with us, what do they need to do?
Well, all they have to do is go to KOAMnewsnow.com, or you can submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com, and we'll read them right here on air.
We will celebrate with you. Of course, make sure you meet that deadline down at the bottom of your screen because you want to make sure that your birthday or anniversary or both air on the right date. You don't want folks to miss them. All right, let's talk some weather, some changes in that forecast. First, a nice look at that sunrise from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. We've got a few clouds out there, but you can see there's a few more than there were earlier as they continue to gradually increase through the morning hours. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line looking fairly good as well. We want to remind folks in our far western counties from tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening, we have fire weather watches. However, as we head into tomorrow with the wind gusts we're expecting, we don't recommend outdoor burning anywhere out there because here's why. Now today, winds are going to start to pick up out of the south, gusting upwards of about 25 miles an hour. And as we head into our Tuesday, those winds shift out of the southwest and they start gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. And that'll continue through the evening. They ease up a bit into the 20 to 30 mile an hour range overnight and into early Wednesday. And it won't be until Wednesday afternoon that these winds will will let go of their hold on us. In terms of those changes, so today we are looking at clouds increasing, mostly cloudy, breezy, but still warm. Temperatures upper 70s, right around 80 degrees out there. And we'll have a very mild overnight as well. Mostly cloudy skies, lows back into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Tomorrow, warmer yet. We're going to see a lot more upper 70s and low 80s across the area. It's going to feel like May. And then by the evening, we're going to start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. And here's that wind arrow shift right where that cold front is as it starts to roll through. And we're going to see temperatures drop about 60 degrees as we head into tomorrow night. So we're going to go from the 80s back down into the 20s. And yes, those are possible snow showers as we go overnight tomorrow and into early Wednesday morning. No major accumulations, really no accumulations expected at all, but there could be some snow showers. Now, the good news is at this point, the severe threat has been kicked well to our east. In fact, this light green is just general thunderstorm chances, and even it has been scooted well to the east, but does still include parts of Missouri, extreme northeastern Oklahoma, and down into Arkansas. So a couple of thunderstorms may be possible out there for us. Quick check of temperatures. We are at 50 in Joplin. Again, beautiful sunrise out there. South breeze at 7. Temperatures around the region. We do have some upper 30s out there, but for the most part, low to mid 40s out west and upper 40s pushing low 50s out to the east. We're going to have one more check of your forecast, including the extended forecast. And when we make the switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to hear how some scientists may have cracked one of the ocean's greatest mysteries, how whales communicate. We'll have those details.
Marco Group Incorporated in Neosho, Missouri is looking for an expert level
service. We are proud to salute Christopher Lusker, a 4-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A man is rushed to the hospital after a shed fire in Joplin. It happened around 3:15 Sunday afternoon at the 3100 block of East 12th Street. Authorities say they quickly put out a small grass fire as well as the shed. However, a man was inside the shed at the time and was injured. The man is said to be in critical condition. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Police in Monette, Missouri are searching for 2 men wanted for felony warrants. The Monette Police Department posts the mugshots of Dakota Morgan and Andrew Irwin to social media with a message saying, please share and make them famous. Authorities believe the pair are residing somewhere in Monette. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Monette Police Department. Kids in Pittsburgh Saturday had the chance to learn about the Chinese culture over the weekend. The group Fun with Foreign Languages demonstrated how to make dumplings and craft fruit dragons as a part of its Lantern Festival. Fun with Foreign Languages was founded 2 years ago as a way to teach children about different cultures. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And we are looking at highs upper 70s, close to 80, mostly cloudy skies, south winds gusting around 25. Those gusty winds continue overnight, will stay mostly cloudy and fall back right around the upper 50s to near 60. 80s tomorrow across most of the area, and then a 60-degree drop into the 20s. Light night thunderstorms turning into maybe some snow showers Wednesday morning, much colder, and then we warm back up heading into the weekend, watching more rain chances next week.
All right, coming up today at noon, we're making toasted ravioli dinner in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch over to Fox 14 and join us where we continue your only local morning news. This morning, we'll see why the U.S. Supreme Court is set to take up 2 cases that could change what we see on social media.
Plus, Dustin Drilling from Cup of Joe joins us in the studio to talk about his unique coffee shop. However, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.
A new tribe